Hello everyone, we're back and we're going to be doing the second half of our look over the EXA kit that we just picked up. I'm going to start everything out by opening up this standee, which finally came in. It was actually came in I think a day or two ago. It took a little bit longer to get here than the rest of the kit. We're going to open this up and then I'm going to take a look over the kit in a few different various cabinets. So here we've got the box for the standee, which first thing you notice is very big. I guess that makes sense considering the amount of cost that this added. It was like an extra $300 or something to ship. It just kind of threw me off because I bought a lot of other standees and they came in smaller boxes. They fold in half and that's it. So I'm kind of curious to see how this will be. I mean, granted, you know, it's probably going to be very big, but I'm not sure if this one's going to just go down into the basement like most of my other standees. I left this standee out that I opened earlier on one of the box openings, but for the most part I've been putting it in the basement because I don't have a lot of space. So we've got like the fragile tape is X'd on the back, was kind of neat. I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, so we'll come around the front here. I'm going to open this up. It also says Type B there, Hikari for green, and opens up. Now I picked this standee because eventually I think it would be cool to try to get a full set of them, and this is the one standee that I felt would be the least selected out of the bunch, meaning that it is least likely to be able to find this later if someone were to sell theirs. Now that could have gone a couple different ways, you know, just because it's the least desired, maybe it might be the most that someone might want to sell it or something. But I figured I wanted to get this because I'm more inclined to believe that if someone buys the standee and doesn't want it, it's not going to matter what type they had. So I got this one because I figured it would be the hardest one for me to get later. Whereas the common ones are probably going to be the most likely that I'm going to find online. So anyway, that aside, let me open this up. Okay. So here we are. It's just, it actually, now that I'm looking at it, this standee seems to be very large compared to... Oh, it's also very thick. It's not made of like the thin cardboard material like a lot of the other ones are. We just dropped a piece here. Looks like some support pieces there. As big as this thing is, and I might actually just put this back down in the basement once I'm done checking it out, but at the very least I'm going to open it all the way and show you guys. So here's the instructions for it, and yeah, now that I look at it, it's actually, you know, pretty big. You can see it's got a pretty big back to it as well. So there's that. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, this thing is big. I can understand why. Oh, it's also not cut out. So here I'm going to open this up and show you guys. Or rather, it's cut out, but it's not the, what's it called? The shape of it is not removed from the original. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can't go. Okay, get this box out of the way for now, if I can, and I'll open up the standee itself. Here we go. So there it is. Oh, yeah, this is very big. But yeah, so like this is made out of what appears to be like a thicker foam material. I'm actually gonna, even though it's whatever, it's brand new, I'm gonna remove it from this from its cutout here, and we'll take a closer look at her. There we go. Now I did kind of check, and I think this was going to end up being the least requested out of the 4, which honestly I'm fine. This is one that I actually wanted. If I had to pick it based on preference, this was one of the ones I wanted. The most selected is probably going to end up being the A, or whatever, the main girl. So, oh, it looks like there's some tape on the back of it that was holding it in. There, now it's not holding it in anymore. Let me fold this and put it back out of the way. And there. Now we have the full girl. And I'll pull the camera up and we'll get a closer look at that in a sec. For now, I set up this other standee so that I could do a little bit of a comparison. And actually, they are almost identical in height. So I can actually just use that to stand it up for now. Let me put this out of the way, see if there's anything else in here that we really want to take a look at. We've got the board to stand it up here. I may not use this right away, but we've got here is the backer for it. And it looks like same thing. This is not cut out as well. Or rather, it's cut out but not removed. I'm going to remove that now. We just got there. So yeah, I can see, like, if I were to buy any of the other ones for this, I think it's going to be quite expensive, unless someone packages it down into a smaller box, which I don't really see happening. But I think largely probably their intent in doing it this way is because, oh, there we go, I just ripped it. The original cave backer cardboard is now ruined forever. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, I think they did it, and you can tell from the materials they made it out of. They wanted this to last, so can't really complain about that. Let's kick this to the side. I think maybe I will actually set this up. I will do that a little bit later. For now, I just wanted to look at the standee. I don't want to waste too much time on this before we get into something like the gameplay and like stuff with the kit itself. So there's the full standee. Get a close up here and kind of look at the print quality on it. It's I think the resolution is a little bit low. You can see the like the inking, or the lines from inking, and I'm just comparing this to, like, say, this stand up where it seems to have a lot cleaner lines or whatever. But whatever it is, it's really nice. It's on good material. Pretty excited to have this for the kit. So without further ado, we'll go from here and we're going to move on to the cabinets and the kit itself and take a look at, you know, kind of my first impressions and whatnot. We'll be right back with that. Alright everyone, and we're back. We're doing our first little play here, and I'm going to get some basic impressions from myself and my friend on the exA, on the Vewlix DIA Black. After this, we're probably going to go to the warehouse and do some stuff on I think the Vewlix F that's there, and the Net City. And when we come back, we'll wrap it up with a video on the PRas 3 cab where this is destined to go. So, first off, I was telling our good friend Edmund here just a couple little things, and we may go and do a round of, well, I think maybe we'll do DoDonPachi on the other cabs, but I was just telling him that, you know, the port does definitely feel better in terms of lag, and I'm not sure if it's just the monitor, but it is definitely an improvement over the 360 port, which has very definitive lag in it. So I don't know that I would say that it's the best version. Like, the original PCB is probably going to be the least laggy, but with everything that's been added, it's much better. So anyway, we will see what his thoughts are on how this feels.
Skip it.
Yeah. So, one thing that I had noticed, and this kind of threw me off, because originally my plan would have been to put this in a horizontal HD cab like this, mainly because with the Vewlix, you see here how the bottom, so this bottom part of the screen, this little panel here, you can kind of see the outline of it. That's where the monitor would be if it rotates. So the problem that I have with it, same thing up here, is that, you know, that's the slot for the monitor, is that that puts the bottom of the screen beneath the control panel, and that throws me off, because then if you're looking at the bottom of the screen while you're playing, which, you know, if you're like your ship's down there, it makes it hard to track where you are. So anyway, but my problem was with putting in SD mode, the screen size is actually pretty small. I kind of expected it to be a little bit bigger, though maybe I shouldn't have. But that's my impressions with that part. What's your thoughts so far on input lag? How does it feel to you? Again, neither of us really have like an expert opinion, but like, how does it feel for you in terms of like input lag? Edmund?
Yeah.
How does it feel to you in terms of like input lag?
I didn't feel any lagging here. It's fine. It's peaceful.
Yeah. And I think maybe before we play on the Vewlix again, I might hook up the Type X, and kind of that way you can kind of feel the difference between it, because I definitely personally feel a big difference playing this on here compared to playing some of the shmups on X2, stuff like Akai Katana. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty, you know, the game's pretty rough, but yeah, so anyway, like, my personal impressions so far playing on this cab have been pretty good in terms of the input lag. The screen resolution at 1080p looks really nice. So yeah, that's kind of really all I wanted to go over on the Diamond Black. A couple things, I guess, to point out while we're here. I guess I'll do it when I have more light, but I'll kind of point out some of the dip switch settings and stuff like that, and we'll do that when we get to the warehouse. But yeah, anyway, my impressions for the Diamond Black are, it feels great in terms of lag, the monitor looks good, and this is probably one of the best cabs that you can run the exa in. Alright, when we come back, we'll be at the warehouse, and we'll do the other two cabinet types that we were planning on doing there. Go. Okay, so before I get into running the exa at the couple cabs at the warehouse, I just got these in from Zach's group order for box protectors for the exa kits. So I have 4 of them here. Now I only have 2 games, so I'm gonna take these out and I'm gonna get these kit boxes wrapped real quick. I just wanted to give a shout out to them for putting all this together, because you know, usually it takes a very big group order of this kind of stuff to make it worthwhile, and we did meet the 200 minimum for them, so that's pretty cool. And I just dropped the rest. So anyway, I have these 2. I'm going to box up here. I'm going to rather put in the protectors the Arcadia Blue and DoDonPachi kits here. I just wanted to show these things because I've been storing these in the basement until the protectors came in, so I could put these away well. So here we've got the protectors. They're real nice hard plastic here. They feel pretty sturdy. It looks like they're stuck together in the middle from production. Let me pop those out. Nope, they're not. I'm gonna stick my hands in here, and they're just really hard to bend down. Oh, there we go. I think got it. Just give it a little more pressure, and we'll get these folded. There we go. All right. There, we've got one ready. I'm gonna drop Arcadia Blue into it, and it looks like it is a perfect fit plus with a little bit of extra room of give. Close up one end here. Set that down. together. It's one end, and we'll get the other end here. If I can get this to go in. There we go. And there we have a protector to save our exa kit boxes forever. I'm going to do this other one here real quick, and then we'll hop on. Oop, that took the wrong way here real quick. Then we'll hop on over to the warehouse, and we'll start doing some play testing of the kit itself in a few different cabinets. Okay. That one's folded out now. Grab DoDonPachi here, throw it in. So I don't know if he's doing another group order or if there was extras ordered or what, but these were great. I was not going to miss out on picking these up for these kits. You know, I'm going to save these for all posterity, and that way they're nicely protected and I can put them on display. This corner in, there we go. And here we have the two kits that I have so far ready for display. I'll use the other two once I get two more for the kit. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll come back when we do the play test of these, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we're back. We're doing a test of the exa now on our Vewlix F here, and this one was already rotated, so it was easy to use as a good test platform for that. I've got down here, I've got it all hooked up. Now you do have to get a DVI-D to VGA adapter for something like this. You cannot use a regular analog one, so we just got these off of Amazon there. Everything else is just all hooked up pretty normal inside, and we've got it up here. It's looking good, and I'm going to be play testing this a bit with the vertical screen. I had mentioned before I had complaints about that. Well, in setting all this up, I actually played a game or two, and I really don't have a lot to complain about, enough to the point where I might actually, long-term, put this on a rotated Vewlix just for the sake of that. So I'm going to do a little bit of play testing here and try to talk a little bit about it while we do it. So the first thing I noticed, and we'll do DoDonPachi here first, but one thing I felt like was that it didn't have the kind of lag that I remember from playing stuff like on Nessica Cross Live or something like that, so that's good. And the other thing is that the game is still in the same screen factor that the original was, meaning that it's not stretched all the way out. So my one complaint about not being able to see, having to look down to see the bottom of the screen, that's not a big problem because the bottom of the screen is actually right here, and the surround is where you have like your extra information and whatnot. So as a result, it actually feels pretty good overall. I don't really know that there's much else I can say about it. Like, it actually just feels right. Now, granted, I am sitting on a 43cm stool, not a 48. I kind of prefer it a little bit lower like this. It helps to make up for the, for that screen. Now the screen's actually at a pretty good height for it. But yeah, just in terms of like the latency and whatnot, it feels good. It feels great. Again, this cabinet does not have an original monitor in it, so I can't really attest to how it feels for an official F monitor, but it's good. I like it, and again, I feel a little bit more like I'm okay with playing this on a rotating monitor like this. Imagine eating shit on exA label. So exA label, I'm not sure, I haven't really looked up too much what the differences are, but I do know it is an easier version of the game than the original. I think it feels a little bit kind of like maybe like a normal mode or original, or like Mushihime-sama, whereas the original game itself is quite a bit harder straight off the bat. Of course I would. Alright, so anyway, I really can't complain too much about it. I think everything feels good. Visually, it looks really good. Like it was very well put together, the graphics and whatnot for this, so. Definitely this is one of the ways that you're going to want to play this. With this, I'm much more satisfied than I was with it horizontal. Just because like the screen area is just so much bigger this way. I didn't expect it to be so small playing it the other way around, so I think that's more of a stopgap. This is the correct way to play it. So next up, I'm going to take this PCB out. We're going to throw it into our new net and give it a try on that. Alright, so I'm over at our Net City here, and got everything hooked up here inside. One thing I wanted to point out is that if you come in here and say you're hooking this up to an SD cab and it was hooked up to something HD before, the dip switch settings are designed so that you can actually set the resolution from the dip switches. Let me find that here real quick in the manual to show you. Where is it? So here that's the wrong display. So you have right here, you see dip 2. So if you flip dip 2, you will get SD mode. I think there was something earlier that pointed it out a little bit better. Whatever it is, anyway, it's dip 2. So we come in here and actually see I have dip 1 switched, and that's for vertical, I believe. And we want to flip dip 2 now so that it boots an SD. And let's turn this whole thing on. Come around front. Okay. Give it a moment and this should come up. And there we are. So we have it up, there's audio. Now this monitor, the remote, I'm not going to do any adjustment on it right now just because I don't know where the remote board for this monitor is particularly. So I'm just going to leave it how it is for now. Yeah, so it's up and running, everything is good to go. I'm going to play Arcadia Blue here. And I mean, this is just, I think, like playing any other shmup on any other hardware on a Net City cab. But, so it just straight up works. And again, like I actually haven't play tested on this yet, but I can only assume that that is going to feel just as good latency-wise as DoDonPachi does. Replace this ball top, so a little junky, but so if I remember right. Yeah, no, like it feels like there's just absolutely nothing. This is gorgeous to play, and honestly, it feels like it was designed just as much to run on this as it was to run on any current modern HD setup. Anyway, yeah, I can't really say much more than that. It looks good, it plays good. I can't really complain about it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to say. It works just like any other JVS PCB should. Picture is, it's all resolution, looks great and everything. So, and it plays fine. So I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, if I go to events, it's a good chance I might actually just run it on one of these. I mean, it's going to look and play probably just as good at this resolution as it would at a 720p Vewlix or anything like that. So that might be a possibility that I might just bring it out on a Candy instead of an HD cab. All right, well, after this, we're going to go home. We're going to put it into the PRas cab, which we were intending to have that be our final destination. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. And I think for extra credit, I might grab the Super Gun and hook it up to a 4K screen and see how that looks as well. I don't think I really need to do much more like talking about how it feels. The game feels great, no matter what you play it on, I think. So that part isn't really a problem. So I'm just gonna throw it into the PRas when I bring this home. Just kind of show how it looks. Don't even really have to do much more than that, but yeah, we'll see you when we get back there. Okay, so I'm back at home now. We're looking at the back of the PRas cab. And before I go into the exa itself, since this is seems to be doubling as our follow-up to the PRas video, I just wanted to point out that we got this right angle USB cable here, and I've wired that in going to the front, but again, you kind of need the right angle one, otherwise it doesn't fit there. And another thing that I noticed about this cabinet that's worth pointing out, again, since I'm doubling this as a PRas cab video, is that currently the cab is flipped off from the front, but turned on from the back here, and you'll notice that the router is actually powered, and I noticed this earlier when I was opening it up, because I've been hearing like this electric hum, and I've been wondering what it was, and actually this thing is still powered with the back switch on, just not with the front switch on. So I turn that off, and it turns off, the router's off, whatnot. So I just wanted to point that out. It was kind of interesting that it's wired this way, because it means that not everything is controlled by the front power switch. Anyway, so I just wanted to point that up. Let's go to the front and we'll take a look at the exa running on this cab, which, again, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I know it runs real well, and I think it's going to be pretty good either way. But I at least want to show this PCB running on it. So there we go. We've got it on here. I've got the PCB hooked up, the JVS coming through the front. Just using the regular monitor there, and everything's hooked up. Okay. So here we've got it coming on. Now, I didn't change any of the dip switch settings or anything since the last cab it was in. So I think it's still set to SD mode. Yeah, it looks like it is. And I'll go change that in the dip switch settings here. You can see it's booting in 640 by 480. I think it's also set to, yeah, rotated as well, yeah. So let's go in here. Let's go into the test menu. And let's come down, go to monitor settings. I'm going to set resolution by cabinet type. And see, there it is. APM3 is in there already, so we're going to choose that. And there we've got it in the correct resolution now. We want to keep current resolution, yes. Okay. Or it didn't seem to take. I'll do that again. I think I hit the test menu in the middle of that or something. No, we wanted, what was it? Set by cabinet type, right, so let's try that one more time. Oh, it might need a restart. I think it, I remember it needed to be restarted. So let me go, and while we're at it, I'm going to set the monitor rotation, which is, no, it's maybe, that might need to be the dip switch, because it does not appear to be here. Well, anyway, I'll turn it off. I'm going to look one more time and see what the dip switch settings were for rotation here. Hold that for me. You know, I can never remember exactly what they are, so let's see. Looks like dip switch 1. Okay, let's turn that off. Dip switch 1. Okay. Oh, you're a dusty boy. So it didn't seem to take the resolution setting it through the test menu either, so maybe I'll change the dip. Which, oh no, so the rotation was correct. Let's see if we can get it to, oh no, it needs to start a game, that's right, I think it needs to actually start a game, so let's, oops. And then it'll be fine. I don't remember exactly. Yes. So let's have it start a game. There we go.
Presented by Cable.
Okay, so it did start in 1080p, and we're good, and I think when we go back to the menu, then it will be... Oh no, it didn't. This is still in 640 by 480. I don't know why.
Presented by Cable.
Well, I think maybe I'll just set it in the dips and go from there. So anyway, partly showing this part of it is just to kind of show the process of figuring things out between cabs and whatnot, so I don't want dip 2 off as well. Okay. And this should actually now auto-select, I think. Or not. But again, these are good things to show, just like the, you know, about the hardware and how it works and whatnot. So, come on. Yeah. So for some reason, it just won't. It won't switch to 1080p. I think I'm gonna take a sec and try and figure it out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went into the test menu and set the resolution manually rather than by cabinet type, and it worked. I don't know why it doesn't work the other way. It's definitely something I'm going to bring up to the developers, because it's really frustrating. Not that you're going to be switching this hardware very often, but I mean, it feels like it just doesn't quite really work as intended. So anyway, now that we got this up and going, I'm gonna, you know, you can take a look at the cab in action at 1080p. I think, oh no, we did this on the Vewlix DIA Black earlier, right? So this isn't the first time we've done it on 1080p, but so yeah, let's see here. So, since I was planning on doing just really short for this, we'll see how long we can last on this. And that'll be good for the PRas video. After this, we'll do a little bit of extra credit. I'm going to try and grab the super gun and hook this up to a 4K screen as well. Mainly, I just want to see how it looks. So. And yeah, like all the other setups that I've played this on, the latency, it feels great. And the screen position also, like, it feels good in terms of like the screen size. I'm actually pretty satisfied with this. I think I'll end up leaving this on the PRas screen cap permanently. So I'm probably going to last no more than like 20-30 seconds, to be honest. That's all. Well, oh, that's right. It gives us 5 lives. I forgot. So yeah, that'll last. I'll maybe last a minute or something. Okay. So yeah, no, it feels good. And that's probably what I'll end up leaving this cab on permanently. But yeah, and from what I'm told, this is what they definitely did design it for this cab, you know, as you saw it in the list, so it's really nice to see it on this. I'll wrap this up in a sec here with hooking this up to the super gun and hook it up to a 4K screen, and I think that'll be it for this video. We'll be right back. Alright, so sorry to disappoint, but I'm not gonna do the 4K thing. I actually don't have the HDMI cables for it, and honestly I don't even have a TV set up right now. I have to go pull it out if I do. So I've already taken, I think, weeks, months possibly to do this video, so I'm just gonna wrap it up here and whatnot. But I think this does a pretty good overview of the exa I'm sure 4K looks absolutely incredible on it, but I think this does cover, I think, pretty much everything. One thing to note, I actually checked into it, and with the game exit thing, I guess while it's in free play, if you press and hold start plus button 1 for 10 plus seconds, it'll exit, and that's only like a free play thing. So that is good. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm pretty satisfied with the system. I might actually go back and forth between rotating the Vewlix Diamond Black back here, so it's covered, but like I might go between rotating that and leaving it in the APM3 cab. I'm not sure yet, but you'll probably start seeing streams for this come up soon, whenever I manage to get my weekly Wednesday streams going. So that's it for the exa, and I hope you enjoyed checking it out. I know this ended up being a little bit of a long video, and it's a little farther behind than I intended it to be, but we got it up. So look forward to seeing some streams off of this and other content coming up soon. We'll see you in the next video.